So after making it to the playoffs in 2023, it's pretty much just been very disappointing ever since for the Sacramento Kings that didn't make the playoffs in 2024. And in 2025, they had to trade away their franchise player, De'Aaron Fox, and their season ended way earlier than they wanted it to this year. And I feel like they're going to have some very big decisions to make here in the 2025 offseason. As a Knicks fan, I'd be very happy about this NBA Finals. You have the Thunder beating the Knicks in 7. Shea is your Finals MVP. But yeah, we are going to have some major crossroads. I'm going to override the retirement on LeBron and only LeBron. I should have did Chris Paul, actually. Either way, yeah. Domantas Sabonis is the best player on this team, but he's 29 years old. You really have to dedicate your offensive system around him. And is he going to be like, where are we going with this team's future now? He just got a very nice payday, so I'm not really sure if he's going to really want out. I'm sure he's going to be a little bit more patient there since he's only been there for now 3.5 years, which that's a long time, actually, it feels like, in today's NBA. They traded for Valanciunas at the deadline. I'm fine with that backup big, but he is 33 years old. Keegan Murray hasn't really taken the steps since his rookie season, unfortunately, and he was a top 5 pick in that 22 draft. You have DeMar DeRozan, who's had some really good games this year. He's had some mediocre games, but he's 35, making $25 million a year. I just don't know if anybody wants to give up assets, valuable assets, for DeRozan. And how about Zach LaVine, who's got basically 2 years left on the deal because it's a player option for the 2027 season. And he's another player that when he's on, he can look like one of the best offensive players in the NBA. But when he's not on, he's not really going to give you much else off ball, or sometimes like more so on the defensive end. Keon Ellis, good defender, we know that. And then like, who's the franchise point guard on this team now that De'Aaron Fox isn't here? Can Malik Monk carry that workload with a way higher usage? Devin Carter really isn't like a pass-first point guard or really initiator point guard. He's more suited to be an off-ball player. So those are all the things we got to figure out this offseason, and we're most likely not going to be getting our first-round pick in this draft. It's going to be going to the Atlanta Hawks from the Kevin Huerter trade. Really a nightmare scenario for the Sacramento Kings. You end your season short, and you don't even get your first-round pick. That sucks. I mean, Doug Christie is currently the interim head coach. I'm really not sure if he's brought back. I'm going to see if I can get James Borrego from the Pelicans. So we are going to fire Doug Christie, and then we are going to, offer James Borrego a deal. And yeah, like looking at this roster, I'm scared because your third best player is 35 years old. You don't really have the deepest roster either in the world, and some things, lack of draft picks in the past, are catching up on you. And like I said, just not having a first round pick in this draft kind of stinks. So do I move Sabonis? Do I move LaVine? Who would want LaVine? Who would want DeRozan? I don't know if any of those guys would actually go for much on the market. One player I think I could move would be Malik Monk. Like, I'm honestly going to throw a Hail Mary deal at the Charlotte Hornets for LaMelo Ball. I think that may be my only way out of this. If I gave you Malik Monk, Devin Carter, Jonas Valanciunas to make the money work, unless I give them DeRozan and then they could reroute DeRozan. I mean, we'll see. Well, DeRozan probably has more value, right? All right, so let's do, but I think I'd rather, I mean, we could see what we can have with DeRozan, LaVine, Sabonis, and LaMelo, because I do think LaMelo is one of the better guards on the market. I don't think Trae Young, I mean, him and LaVine in the backward defensively would not be pleasant to watch on that end of the floor. I don't think Trae Young is actually going to be available this offseason. Like I said, I'm kind of throwing just a prayer here for LaMelo Ball, and I'll give you my 2028 unprotected first round pick. Would that be enough? 2 players or 3 players and 2 first-round picks for LaMelo, and they're going to say yes to that. Okay, LaMelo Ball, who was put on the trade block actually by the Hornets here, is now a member of the Sacramento Kings. Oh, man, the offense is going to be fun. I'm not too sure about the defense. And I had the trade negotiation difficulty on 65 as well, so I'm not sure if that was easier than I thought I could get LaMelo for. I'm surprised he was only 4 stars, though. And we did have 2 second-round picks here, as Cooper Flagg is now a member of the Washington Wizards. Ace Bailey is now a member of the Charlotte Hornets. They have Jokic Jonas, Edgecombe, Harper, Fears, McNeely. There's everybody there in the top 10. We had actually picked 39 and pick 42. I got Cam Jones out of Marquette. Love that value for us. And Rocco Sikorsky here out of Brisbane, New Zealand. And then we're going to pick up the team options on Laravia, Ellis, Murray, and even Isaac Jones. We do need to get some big man depth this offseason. Crawford and Jones are going to hit free agency. So Crowder, Lyles, Fultz, like these guys that were maybe a little bit more relevant in 2019. I'm going to just kind of move on from, can I get anything good in the center market? All right, Chris Boucher is not the worst center in the world. I would even take Sandro as well, honestly. Not a bad backup. So we get both of them. Sweet. And yeah, it sucks I had to like move on from Devin Carter already. But I just got LaMelo Ball, which I think extends this team's ceiling in its window a little bit. And I'm not even saying LaVine is safe on this team. Like, LaVine, DeRozan, these guys aren't safe. Hey, DeRozan or Sabonis may not even be safe on this team. I'm also going to get Kenrich Williams, and I'm going to, honestly, I think just bring back Markelle Fultz on a 1-year deal just to fill out the roster. All right, so LaMelo's a 90, Sabonis is an 88. We'll see how this duo works together. I guess we've had some interesting point guards here in Sacramento with Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox, and now LaMelo Ball. We got LaVine regressing, DeRozan regressing, Sandro, Boucher regress as well. And I'm really hoping we can get some type of progression from Keegan Murray because DeMar DeRozan isn't going to be here for much longer. I really need Murray to break out again. And I'm going to try to sign him to like maybe like a Keldon Johnson-esque contract extension. It's going to be about $20 million in the first year. We'll do that. And then it's going to go down every single year. Hopefully he can prove me right by giving him that deal. LaVine, we're not going to really work on right now. Laravia, I want to see what he can do this year. But I'm excited. I mean, the fact that we got LaMelo Ball. If I ran most of this team back, I would not be excited whatsoever. We're going to have LaMelo, LaVine, DeRozan, Murray, and Sabonis. I know there are some defensive issues with this team, but that's why we got Keon Ellis. Off the bench, I think Kenrich Williams can be a good defender, but I wouldn't mind Cam Jones getting some playing time, honestly, over Kenrich Williams, just because we know what Kenrich is. So, like, 10 to Cam Jones. Let's go 15 to Laravia. I'm going to go about, like, 10 minutes to Sandro and Boucher, and whoever really steps up is going to be the guy we're going to roll with going forward. Let's go 34 to Sabonis. Let's go 30 to Keegan Murray. Let's go 33 to DeRozan still. Let's go 35 to LaVine. Honestly, let's go 36 to LaVine and DeRozan, and let's go 35 to Sabonis. We're going to play those guys a ton. We're 3.5 star pace and space under James Borrego, one of the more respected assistants on the market. We're actually 4-star balance, so I'm either going to do that or 7 seconds, but I don't know if Sabonis really fits 7 seconds, honestly, so we could stick with balance for now. First game at home against the Lakers. Can we renew this rivalry? And we do beat them by 16. LaMelo Ball, 45 and 10. Thank you, Charlotte. All right, so we're better this year, which is nice. At the deadline, we are 30 and 20. We're the 4th seed in the Western Conference. And what's tough about these Western Conference rebuilds, you're in the same conference with, I mean, 2K loves Dallas, but you're in the same conference with OKC, Houston, Wemby, and the Spurs. And obviously, there's some other teams in real life that are a little bit better than in 2K. But LaMelo Ball and Sabonis look like they're getting along very nicely together. Sabonis maybe having the best year of his career, 20 points, 14 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. LaMelo is making him better. And LaMelo's minutes, I mean, he's playing 35 minutes a night. I'm fine with the scoring being down a little bit because he's impacting the game in other ways. 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 1.5 steals, an elite 3-point shooter. Like, I'd rather him average 19 points per game than 25 points per game if that efficiency difference is going to look like this, and he's going to go from a 53% true shooting percentage to a 61. LaVine has now turned into like a 3rd scoring option, which definitely intrigues me in his early 30s. If we did re-sign him on an extension, Keegan Murray, yeah, not hopefully it's a better second half for him, but I'm not going to do anything prematurely. There's DeMar DeRozan, who I feel like, I mean, I don't want to think too long in the future, but we'll have to reevaluate his situation if he doesn't retire at the end of the year. Keon Ellis is great, and he's going to get a nice extension from me. Jake Laravia, showing some flashes if we're just trying to improve that bench. There's Cam Jones as a rookie. Sandro's knocking down 39% of his threes. I think he's going to get the backup 5 minutes. Now, I don't really think I'm going to make any trades. I don't have a lot of draft capital or young assets that I want to shed out right now. I think if we were actually going to move Murray, that could happen in the offseason. And if we take a look here just at the team stats in the league, do we have one of the better offenses in the league? No. I thought maybe Sabonis. Okay, you know what? It's 13th. We're above average there. Our defense is actually not bad. It's top 10, which I don't really get, but I thought our defense would be a lot worse. We have a 3.3 point differential, which I think, or net rating, which is fine with me right now. Hopefully we can stay afloat and make it to the playoffs as a top 6 seed. All right, so Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP this year. I forgot if 2K gave it to him last year. I think they did. Cooper Flagg is your Rookie of the Year for the Washington Wizards. Russell Westbrook is your 6th Man of the Year for the Milwaukee Bucks. That's an interesting fit. I do wonder if Russ is going to be on a different team next year. Do we get Sabonis or LaMelo Ball? There we go, on All-NBA or on any of the teams. And we get both of them actually on All-NBA second team. I mean, Sabonis had kind of a monster statistical stat line here in his age 29 season. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I went all in rather than tear this thing down, which could definitely be an option. And I did do a trading Sabonis Kings rebuild fairly recently on this channel. If you want to check out that version where I became a little bit more of a rebuild team than a buyer in this upcoming offseason, as Keegan Murray did shoot the ball better in the second half, which is encouraging to see. So I think for the playoffs, I'm not going to play Chris Boucher. I'm going to play Sandro, probably around 15 minutes a night. Let's give Cam Jones, I mean, 15 minutes a night as well. I don't mind that. 25 to Ellis. Maybe not actually. Maybe we're going to still go 10 to Cam. And then I want to play, honestly, DeRozan is going to get 30 minutes a night. Let's go 38 to LaMelo, 38 to LaVine, 37 to Sabonis, 27 to Keon Ellis, who, I mean, he really can't be a small forward, but I'm thinking about starting him and DeRozan coming to the bench, but we'll see. So we're taking on Wemby and the Spurs. I don't feel comfortable about Sabonis guarding Wemby, but yeah, we have De'Aaron Fox going up against his former team. This would be a pretty cool meeting between the two, and we ended up getting blown out in game number 1. LaVine 8 of 20 in 39 minutes, Keegan Murray 6 of 13, DeRozan 5 of 15, LaMelo fouled out in 33 minutes, Sabonis only took 9 shots. Maybe not the game we wanted. Game 2, we do end up winning this 120-105. LaMelo with 34, Sabonis with 22, 12, and 8, Keegan Murray with 20 and 9, and 7 of 8 shooting as well. But we do lose game 3 by 6. We had a really good second quarter. Man, we choked it in the fourth. That sucks. DeRozan, I need you to step up, man. I need you to step up. Oh my God. All right. I think we're going to do a switch. I don't even know. Do I want to throw in Jake Laravia into the starting rotation? Not really. So what I'm going to do, we're going to have LaVine be the small forward, which is incredibly risky. And I'm pretty much going to play Keon Ellis like 37 minutes a night. Yeah. He's an elite 3-and-D asset for us, and we need that. Game 4, we do lose this one. Okay, maybe it didn't matter. We lose by 20. That sucks. LaMelo had a really good offensive game here. Didn't matter. Down 3-1. 3-2. Okay, we ended up winning 140-106. LaMelo with 30 and 14. Sabonis with a 23-point triple-double. And yeah, DeRozan, I hope you retire. And we are going to lose in 6. So we could not force a game 7. Our defense, that was apparently borderline top 10 all year long, just could not defend whatsoever in the playoffs. Makes sense. Laravia got to the line 13 times in 15 minutes. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, we do lose. But at least we made the playoffs this year. I thought it could have been a little bit worse. But we ended up getting LaMelo Ball. And things are okay right now. Things are okay. I know we have an older roster with like LaVine. Sabonis is now 30. DeRozan is up there. But I think we'll be okay as the Dallas Mavericks win it all. And they ended up sweeping the Boston Celtics. So there goes Russ. Do I want to let KD retire? I think I can override him for one more year. And DeRozan retires. All right. Yeah, we're going to let that be. I learned my lesson in my son's rebuild with Paul George. We're going to let that be. And we're going to free up. I mean, it would have been nice to have $25 million in a trade, though. But we are going to just let DeMar DeRozan retire. He was just such a negative player for us in the playoffs. And I forget exactly if I traded away my first-round pick in the LaMelo Ball deal for this draft, which I think I did. So our pick is going to, you know what? It's actually going to us still. Okay, cool. So I didn't trade it in that deal. So we have the 20th pick in this draft. Sweet. We're going to keep James Borrego as the head coach, obviously. So I don't think I'm going to make any draft night trades. I only have 4 players under contract, and it's LaMelo, LaVine, Keegan Murray, and Sandro. And Keegan Murray's an interesting piece because we may revert him back to like the small forward position, but can I find a power forward? Oh my God, what? What? The number 1 overall pick in a loaded 2026 draft at the top gets traded to Philadelphia for Joel Embiid and Paul George. Yeah, I would have done that too if I were the Philadelphia 76ers. Are you kidding me? So with this pick, I'm going to take Jayden Quaintance. I know I've gotten him a little bit more recently, but I think he's just by far the best player available. He could be maybe a long-term answer at the 5, bumps the bonus down to the 4. I think it gives us a couple of different options, and I do think he was the best player available. So yeah, we are going to sign JQ there, Anton Kozlov in the second round, and Donald Humphreys as well. LaVine opts into his $48 million player option, not surprised. Got to pick up the team options on Cam Jones and Rocco Zikarsky. But yeah, Darius Sikuff went to the Bulls there at number 2. Cameron Boozer, number 3. Peterson, number 4. Caleb Wilson, number 5. Laravia, we are going to extend the qualifying offer to. Same with Isaac Jones. And here we are in free agency, which we have a little... never mind. I thought we had a little bit of money to spend. We do not. And... okay, I'm going to want to bring back Laravia, who I guess is a hot commodity. We are going to match one of those deals. The Grizzlies want to get him back. I'm surprised not more people are going after Keon Ellis, who I'm going to offer a nice 3-year deal to around $36 million. I have no idea if I could pull this trade off, but can I trade Zach LaVine to the Utah Jazz for John Collins, who they extended a decent amount of money to, and Colin Sexton? Well, at least get a counter offer. Okay, I'm not trading Sabonis for Markkanen. I don't really want to move more draft capital. I would move Humphreys, Kozlov, and Zikarsky. Could I do this? Nope. They would want Keegan Murray for Markkanen, which, whoa, this intrigues me. I got to throw in a first-round pick, but I'd get Markkanen, Sabonis, Colin, Sexton. I mean, our offense would be great, but our defense would be abysmal. What about if I threw in Sandro in this deal? Could we get this done? This is a 5-player for 2-player trade, and they're going to agree to that. Okay, so I do think this makes us a little bit better right now. Our depth takes a massive hit, but I didn't have to move Keegan Murray. Our offense is going to be great. Now, I don't know how Sabonis and Collins is going to work, but it does give us another asset, and I hate trading away LaVine, but I think it was time for Keon Ellis to get full-time starting minutes. So I'm actually going to sign D'Angelo Russell on a 2-year deal. D'Angelo Russell and LaMelo Ball, as your point guard duo. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if any of your parents or your dads like that's an old head watching this and says the NBA isn't fun to watch nowadays. Yeah, maybe don't tune them into Kings games. If D'Lo and LaMelo Ball were your 2 point guards, as Laravia does get a deal from Memphis, we're gonna match that 3 years, $28 million. So that is what we are gonna do. Honestly, like Sabonis and JQ, not terrible. Collins and Murray, well, Murray's going to be a small forward now, and he actually goes down in overall, sadly. But then we're also going to have Jake Laravia there, who has gone a little bit better. We're going to have Sexton, Ellis, Cam Jones, LaMelo, and D'Lo. Like, it's not terrible. I mean, I traded for Utah Jazz players, so there is going to be some risk. They're far from a sure thing. All right, so player progression, LaMelo's the 92, Sabonis starting to regress a little bit. There's John Collins at an 85. There's Sexton, Murray. You know what? This team it's all right now. It's all right. I was just trying to build more depth around LaMelo and Sabonis, basically. And we lost the Rose in this offseason, which I guess is a good thing. All right, so it's going to be LaMelo, definitely Keon Ellis at the 2, Keegan Murray at the 3, Collins at the 4, Sabonis at the 5. D'Lo is not going to be the 6th man. That's going to go to Colin Sexton. D'Lo is going to get basically 13 minutes a night because I'm going to go 35 to LaMelo. I want to go about 30 to Keon Ellis. I want to go a little bit more to these guys. So I don't think like Jay Huff is going to crack the rotation. I think it's going to be, is it going to be a 9-man rotation? Let's do something like this. I mean, how many minutes is Sabonis going to get? I think he's going to get 34. So we'll go 14 to JQ. I want to see still what Cam Jones can do. So I'm going to give him like 8 minutes a night. 3 more minutes. Yeah, let's just go 30 to these guys in between LaMelo Ball and Domantas Sabonis. Let's hope this team could be a little bit better. 4-star balance. We start off the year against the Clippers, Suns, and the Spurs. And we do start off the year 2-1. All right, I will take that. Very good starts from Collins, LaMelo, and Sabonis. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline in the 2027 season, and we're pretty much where we were last year, middle of the pack of the Western Conference. We do have the second best point differential in the West, and we're a really good team at home, but I don't know if we're still in like that top tier right now, which is fine. And I think the moves we made in the offseason, like these guys were kind of bridge players for us, but Colin Sexton has been great. 16 points, 43% from 3. He's basically absorbed that Malik Monk role from a couple years ago. John Collins, not as good of a shooter as he was last year, but he's been still a consistent offensive weapon for us. Keegan Murray's knocking down 37% of his threes. Keon Ellis is giving me that 3-and-D ability that we needed around LaMelo Ball, who's putting up 23 points and 10 assists, a career high. Jake Laravia is hitting 45% of his threes. I mean, even D'Lo, like, he's been a fine backup point guard for us. I do think we could make some type of move at the deadline. I'm not sure what it would involve, though, because we're trying to build a championship team around Domantas Sabonis and LaMelo Ball. Do we think Collins is good enough defensively to help out a little bit with Sabonis? Probably not. But can Murray, like, can we upgrade that spot? Can we upgrade the Keon Ellis spot? I think I'm perfectly fine with Sexton being in the role he's in off the bench. I like Laravia as like a backup wing for us. I mean, D'Lo is still under contract throughout the offseason, so it's not like I have to trade him right now. Now, I'm intrigued about this trade because this Nets pick could be kind of good in the 2027 draft, but it's a big sacrifice because Brooks may be better than Murray right now, but I lose that long-term asset. I don't think I'm going to make a trade right now, but I do think there could be some type of Murray-D'Lo package in the offseason. All right, so MVP is Nikola Jokic, Rookie of the Year is AJ Depensah, Josh Giddey, 6th Man of the Year, Wemby Depoy, Yegor Demon most improved in San Antonio. I'm just hoping we can get our first playoff series win in a while because, yeah, the team ended up losing to the Warriors in 7 games back in 2023, but I want to actually get a playoff series victory. LaMelo had another great season, All-NBA second team. Sabonis, another great year, has now spent more years in Sacramento than he has in Indiana, and he shot 41% from 3 this year. So we finished the year as a 4 seed, and we are going to try to renew this rivalry. No LeBron, but they signed Kevin Durant. That's pretty sick. We're taking on the LA Lakers. They got the exciting whites there with Luka, Reeves, and Dalton Connect. And we're going to hope that we can match up well against them. We are the 4 seed. They're the 5 seed with a 3.9 point differential. They just had a 0.7 point differential. Here were the stats with LaMelo dropping 23. Sabonis. Collins was pretty good, man. Sexton, Murray, Ellis, Laravia, D'Lo, and JQ is going to hopefully get better over time. And I think it's going to be a pretty easy playoff rotation. Cam Jones, I don't think is going to play, but I don't mind like giving him a shot over D'Lo. If D'Lo struggles, then he can get in there. We're probably going to go like 12 minutes to JQ because I'm going to go 36 to Sabonis. We can go 20 to Laravia, 22 to Laravia, 36 to Sabonis. Let's go 40 to LaMelo, 38 to LaMelo, and then we could do, honestly, 34 to Keon Ellis. So come on, we ended up losing in round number 1 last year to the Spurs. We got off to a good start. We scored 147 against the Lakers team that no longer has LeBron. We got to try to beat Luka and show, hey, we didn't really need you, Luka. We actually wanted Marvin Bagley at the time. 21 points there for Jake Laravia. Game number 3 does go to the LA Lakers. They won by 137-136. Damn. To not go down 3-0, Luka dropped 50. Are you kidding me? Game number 4 goes to the Sacramento Kings, 137, 118, 43 and 10 for LaMelo Ball, 8 rebounds as well, 13, 14 and 8 for Sabonis. Game number 5, okay, goes to the Lakers. Are they going to force a game 7? Backs against the wall. No, we end up finally getting a playoff series victory. This was a very entertaining series. We beat him by 1. Keegan Murray trying to prove to me that I shouldn't trade him this offseason. Jake Laravia, though, was proving to me that, yeah, maybe I should start next year and you should move Keegan Murray. Either way, we advance. We're taking on the Dallas Mavericks here in round number 2, who have added Jayden Ivey along the way. Game number 1 does go to the Dallas Mavericks, 131, 120. LaMelo with 23 and 16. Laravia and Murray, 41 combined in the loss. We do go down 2-0. I mean, Lively, Gafford, and AD against like Sabonis, JQ, and Collins in the front court. That definitely doesn't favor us. They match up very well against us. Honestly, I think we could have made it to the conference finals. I don't know. I don't know if we were beating OKC or San Antonio. So I still think we're a clear tier 2 team. Like you have Dallas, San Antonio, and OKC maybe in tier 1. Oh, that sucks. All right, so we got swept, which that's brutal. I mean, LaMelo was fine. 22 and 10, 42 from the field. He shot 32 from 3, but Sabonis was god-awful against that front court of Dallas. Collins struggled as well. I mean, Sexton was good. Keon Ellis was good. Murray was fine. Laravia was pretty good. But yeah, that is unfortunate to get swept after having a nice win against the Lakers in round 1. Jayden Ivey and Cade Cunningham, former teammates, conference finals MVPs. Wait, I thought Cade was in Toronto for a second, but no, he was just finals MVP in the conference for the losing team. And the Dallas Mavericks are going to end up winning in 7. And Jayden Ivey, best player in the NBA, is your finals MVP. Did they win it all last year too? Yeah, they have gone to 3 of the last 4 finals with and without Luka Doncic. So there goes Kevin Durant. He's going to retire. James Harden, Paul George, Tobias Harris, all these guys end up retiring. An end of an era. So KD, Harden, George, Hall of Fame. I'm ready to make, I think, a notable change this offseason. I'm not trying to do anything crazy, but maybe if it's there. So I could have gone that swap best between the Nets and the Rockets. Where would that have pick ended up? Okay, that pick would have ended up, I think, at like 11. So I'm okay with not making that trade. Now we do have to give away our first round pick at 19 there to the Charlotte Hornets. And I do believe I should get the Timberwolves 2031 first from the De'Aaron Fox trade, because that could be another asset that we use this offseason. Like I said, I'm trying to maximize LaMelo and Domantas Sabonis, and I think we may have to trade away Keegan Murray, one of the longest tenured guys on the team. Oh wait, I thought I was supposed to give Charlotte my pick there at 19. I guess I was looking at San Antonio. I actually get my pick here at 22. All right, can I offer Keegan Murray and D'Angelo Russell for Jayden McDaniels? I thought about going after Herb Jones, but I do worry about his offense. Would they accept this? They say no. I would include pick 22, and I would give you your 2031 first round pick back. They say no. The best I could do is basically throw in a second, and I can't really get rid of this depth right now. Okay, that actually got it done. Jayden McDaniels, you are now a member of the Sacramento Kings. So we have LaMelo, Ellis, McDaniels, Collins, Sabonis. Like, that's something, right? I'm really hoping to get, like, some type of mid-level exception this offseason. We are going to offer Isaac Jones and Cam Jones the qualifying offers. So we don't really have any notable free agents. And yes, thank God I can go out and sign somebody. So who do I want to use this on? I mean, Michael Porter Jr. intrigues me a lot. I probably should get another point guard. I mean, it would be cool to have Lonzo play with his brother here. But I think for us, I mean, I want to go best player available. Michael Porter Jr., I mean, with Jake Laravia and McDaniels, I mean, I don't really need to invest a lot of money into a backup point guard because we do have LaMelo Ball playing like 35 minutes a night. Cam Johnson's intriguing. I could go out and get Herb Jones right there. But I kind of like Michael Porter Jr.'s upside as a shooter. So let's give Michael Porter Jr. Honestly the most I can. I can give him 14.79 because that could be used in a trade as well. And he's going to accept that 3 years, $46 million. And now I could go after a point guard like Ben Simmons. I can offer a deal to, or Jose Alvarado, and just try to bring in these guys. One of them will end up being the backup point guard. I also have Cam Jones in the wings as well. Wow, Shea did not get re-signed by the Thunder. Please go to the Eastern Conference. Wow, the Pelicans signed Giannis. Okay, Jokic goes to the Warriors. All right, so we get Isaac Jones, Isaiah Crawford, and Cam Jones on the qualifying offers. LaMelo progresses, okay. But I do feel like this is a solid team around him still. We're going to re-sign Sabonis on a 3-year extension that's going to go up over time. LaMelo, I don't need to re-sign just yet. All right, so this is going to be the starting 5. LaMelo, Ellis, McDaniels, Collins, and Sabonis with a bench of Sexton, Porter Jr., Laravia, JQ, and Simmons. We are 4.5 star balance, actually. Now, what is our perimeter centric? 3.5. I mean, this creates mismatches in favor of stretch bigs, which we actually do have, I mean, in Sabonis. I don't mind that. Typically poor defensively against bigs, often punished on the glass. All right, we'll see how this works and if we're going to change that system throughout the year. We start off with a win against Golden State. All right, 2-1 start. I'll take it. But the team is coming alive here. We are 41-9 with the best point differential in the NBA. The Sacramento Kings are here as a tier 1 team now. LaMelo Ball is just, he's in through the regular season, but he's averaging a double-double yet again. He actually gets into foul trouble a little bit more than I would have liked. But Sabonis still giving me production at the 5 spot. John Collins now shooting 38% from 3. McDaniels 14 points and 40% from 3. And we know he's a lot better of a defender than Keegan Murray. So I like what we got right now. I think Michael Porter Jr. could be very valuable to us in the playoffs. I don't think I'm going to make any trades. I mean, I think I'm in a position where I could make a trade, but this team is playing so well, I don't really want to touch anything right now. We do have McDaniels, Collins, Sexton, LaMelo all being free agents, not this offseason, but the following. So that could affect some things that could happen in the offseason if we don't win it all this year, which I hope we do. All right, so Wemby ends up winning MVP. Dash Daniels is your rookie of the year, younger brother of Dyson. Chet ends up 6th man of the year. Okay, I guess he's coming off the bench behind Cameron Boozer there in OKC as we won 61 games here in Sacramento, and James Borrego's your coach of the year. Funny looking All-NBA team. I guess more so just seeing Nikola Jokic there in Golden State. We get LaMelo on All-NBA second team. I think he's been on All-NBA second team all 3 years of his Sacramento Kings career. And yeah, Ace Bailey has turned into that number 1 option over there in Charlotte. Do we get anything else? No McDaniels on an all-defensive team, sadly. But we finished as the 1 seed in the Western Conference. We're taking on the Lakers in round number 1. They were the 9th seed. They made it out of the play-in. They had an under 500 record. We beat them last year. If I lose in round number 1 to a team that had an under 500 record, I will cry. We had by far the best point differential here in the whole NBA, honestly, not just the Western Conference. And I'm really excited to see how this team is going to perform in the playoffs. The one thing to note, Keon Ellis did not shoot the ball well in the second half. I think he's going to get like a lower amount of minutes, and I'm going to keep an eye on his shooting percentage. But yeah, Sexton's going to play a little bit more coming off the bench now. I want LaMelo getting about 37 minutes a night. Let's go about 35 to Sabonis. I mean, we're probably going to trim this rotation down. I don't really know if there's a need for Ben Simmons at this moment because Sexton can honestly play the backup point guard spot in the pinch. I'm going to go 34 to McDaniels. Let's go 34 to John Collins. And we can go maybe a little bit more to Michael Porter and Jake Laravia, who could play maybe a hybrid 3 and 4. So we blow them out in game number 1, which is good to see. Good start. Honestly, this series should not be close if these point differentials are going to reflect the game. Now they have Jimmy Butler at 38 years old. Surprised he's only 38. I thought he'd be older. They got Bronny as the 6th man. And are we going to gentleman sweep them? Yes, we are. And we're going to advance to take on Nikola Jokic and the Golden State Warriors here in round number 2. Jake Laravia struggled with his shot. Keon Ellis looks like he was a little bit better. They have Steph. Yep, they got Steph and Jokic there. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that. Steph ages very well in 2K. Yeah, he's still elite as a 40-year-old. Here we go. Game number 1. It's going to go to the Sacramento Kings. We ended up winning by a lot. Okay, we scored 156. I guess they really can't defend. I mean, yeah, that's not the best defensive duo ever. We're up 2-0. We're up 3-0. And we swept them. We are 8-1 so far going to the conference finals. All right, this could be our year. We'll see. LaMelo just dropped 31 points and 10 assists and 7.5 rebounds in those 4 games. But we're taking on the Dallas Mavericks, who swept this last year. Now, they must have had Jayden Ivey on like a minimum. But Hugo Gonzalez has turned into a very good player. They got Dylan Brooks at the 3. They got Mikey Williams, remember him. Oh, just dropping 16 a night for them off the bench. And then over in the East, you got 1-seeded Detroit versus 2-seeded Atlanta. So pretty chalk conference finals here. And we do win game 1 by 1. Wow, we almost blew that 4th quarter. Oh my God. If we lost game 1, I would have panicked. We do win game 2. Massive game. Honestly, not even our best performances either. Game 3, they do win this one by 10. Hugo Gonzalez drops 29. Game 4, we take a 3-1 lead, 133-128. Please do not blow a 3-1 lead, and we win in 5. And the Sacramento Kings, yes, the Sacramento Kings are in the NBA Finals to take on the Atlanta Hawks, the Kevin Huerter Bowl. All right, so the Hawks are the 2 seed. They're a good team. They got Jeremy Sohan there at the 4. They got Kaman Maluach coming off the bench. Still have Jalen Johnson. That's a solid team. I can't lie. I don't know why they're starting Jeremy Sohan though over Jalen Johnson. So McDaniels kind of struggled a little bit, and he's going to have his work cut out for him against some really good wings in Atlanta. We do win game 1, 144-139. And those good wings I'm talking about are not lemon pepper. Game number 2, we do end up winning by 7 in overtime. Let's go 145-138. John Collins. Yes, John Collins against his former team. Just dropped 30. 59 combined between Collins and Ellis. Game 3, Atlanta stays alive. They win 125-123. Every home team has won so far, but not anymore. We blow them out in game number 4. LaMelo, 37, 10 and 16. Here we are, game 5 of the NBA Finals here in 2028. Are we going to go out on top, or are we going to blow a 3-1 lead? We're getting outscored by 18 here in the fourth quarter. Yeah, we're going to lose this game. That is a dumb collapse. All right. They win this game. We're going to a game 7. Oh my God. No. Please win this on the road. Please. That fourth quarter was so embarrassing. Oh my God. Okay, we're up by 15 here in the fourth. Do not blow this lead. We're up by 11. Do not blow this. Up by 10. Up by 7. Oh my God. Okay. Up by 8. 98 seconds left. If I blow this, I may never make a video again. And unfortunately, we do not have the ball. LaMelo's got 40 points, 4 rebounds, and 13 assists. Did Sabonis foul out? It looks like it. Okay, let me get over here. LaMelo guarding Trae Young, which is fine. LaMelo, not a bad defender if he can walk in. As I say that, Trae gets by me, and Trae's going to miss that shot. Let's go. He probably could have rolled a little bit more. LaMelo rocking 22 just feels weird. Let's see if we can get around Trae Young inside. Spin move. Oh, we're good. Yeah, LaMelo's got basically like 4 inches on Trae Young. That's on me. Trae Young baited me. Yep, so in wide open for 3. Makes that a 7-point game. Honestly, I was just fascinated about John Collins having 19 and 12. Oh, Trae Young, you can't stay with me. We're going to dribble out some of the clock, though, because God forbid I missed that layup super quickly. That was the best thing available for them. LaMelo to the rim. Oh, my God. Was that? Who was that? Is that Kaman? I think that's Kaman. I wanted to get blocked anyway. I wanted Colin Sexton in the game. LaMelo off the screen, though. Yep, he's knocking that down. Not even having to jump. He hits that. Was that a 3? Yes, it was. Back to a 10-point game. Jalen Johnson for 3. That is no good. Rebounded by Colin Sexton, and that should do it. LaMelo throw the oop to JQ. Bang, and that is the dagger. These Sacramento Kings are going to win the NBA Finals in 6 games. And the Finals MVP, LaMelo Ball. Well, I'm very happy I made that trade to start off this video. He ends up getting Finals MVP. We never had to go to 7 games for any of these games, and we ended up beating the Hawks here in 6 in the finals. Yeah, definitely deserving of that Finals MVP award. So that's gonna be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you think the Sacramento Kings should do this offseason down below. Do you think they should tear it down? Do you think they should just run it back? Or do you think they should make a franchise-altering win-now move? Let me know down below. Drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.